Right guys, Mark Crossfield here. We've got Stephen Buzza. Hello Stephen.
Hi guys.
Thanks for joining us again. We've done low spinning 2015 best drivers of in the low spinning category. Low spin, because obviously it's a bit of a buzz word. See like what I did there? At the moment. So let's show you our top four. It's top four.
Top four.
Because there's one sneaker that we just could not include in there. Top four low spinning drivers for 2015. Let's get stuck in. Right, driver number one, Callaway, Big Bertha Alpha, double black diamond, 815. Now this is not a top five or top four leading up to the best one. These are just kind of four joint favourites for me. So we're starting with this, yes, or try one of them, indeed. So Callaway, Big Bertha Alpha, double black diamond, 815 gravity core. You can flip the weight in here, high or low, to try and move the striker, move the spin ratio down around a bit. Our moto design in the bottom here, making that face faster across the face. They're saying you get changeable weights outside heel and toe as well. Changeable neck also, so lots of changeability, lots of tech. It's a great looking driver, black finish, shiny head. It looks really good down by the ball, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I love this one.
You've gained this one, haven't you?
Yeah, I used this one in my last competition and I hit it fantastically.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this one a lot.
Good. Okay, so we hit some shots with it. Spin numbers for Steve. He was 2.6 with his first hit, then 1.9 with his second hit. And when we've tested this driver a lot over the time it's been out, I mean, we can get some wickedly slow. Even I was getting some too low with it at one point, subject to what shape a shot you were hitting. But for you, the numbers on that one were pretty good, weren't they? Yeah,
and all of these ones, I tend to overspin it. That tends to be my problem.
Okay.
So, like using this one, I used it in a windy day.
Yeah.
And I felt like the slightly lower spin was like with crosswinds, you know, when you feel like you're going to lose it.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the wind, I felt like this one, it would keep it in play.
Okay, interesting. So my numbers with it, I was averaging 2.3 spin with it, a 2.1 and a 2.4. Now my spin numbers might have changed a bit for the other videos for you guys, because where there I was hitting jaws, I'm actually now trying to hit a different shape and my spin has slightly gone up. So they're pretty low spin numbers for the little speefy fade that I'm hitting at the moment. And that's what I find with this driver. I find that the spin number is very, very low. Like Stephen says there, I think is a great point. If you're someone out there who struggles with higher spin, this is a driver, and all the drivers in this category are ones you want to try. They're not the answer, they're a reason why you spin it, but these ones might just help you shave a few revs off. So our first one, double black diamonds 815, looks classic, loads of changeability. I love gravity core, it's quite unique. Our moto Callaway really go excited about. I'm not sure what difference we see as users, but it does produce some of the lowest spin numbers throughout the year I've tested that I've seen out of any club.
And how far did this one go?
I was going about 260, 258 average. You were getting a few out there, were you, with this one? Yeah, you was 293 carry, rolling up to 316. And you have in tests got this one further.
I carried one 300. I knew the answer. I knew the answer.
You did indeed.
Get it in big.
Yeah.
Carried it 300.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, for me as well with these drivers, I'm joking aside, it's not about a long driving contest. It's about a situation-based repeatability shot with them.
Yeah, well, that's why you've gone to the fade. It's the same principle, isn't it?
I've actually shaved off a few distance, and I'm not a long hitter. I would like to have a bit more, but just to find accuracy in our course logs, when I'm out of a hole, I'm not having fun and I'm not competing. If I'm in a hole, so not looking for a ball, often when we get up to the hole, I've got a putt for a halve or a win. I'm competing in every hole.
I like it because I'm about 50 yards further ahead and I can't hear you.
Good stuff. So Callaway, double black diamond, 815 alpha, definitely one to try if you're looking for that low spin driver. Right, top four low spin drivers, got to go Ping G30 LS Tech. So we get turbulation on the top, Stephen. For added club head speed, aerodynamics, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Like I said in other videos, they've grown on me over the time. I actually quite like them now. I think
it frames the ball quite nicely.
Definitely. When I first saw them, I weren't so keen. Black all over, stealthy finish, a little bit of changeability in the neck. We can move it by 1 degree and half a degree, so a lot less than others, but fine tuning Ping want you to do with this one. And you don't get the weight so far back, but when it's moved slightly lower and forward, which is why it's the lower spinning option. But when you look down at it gaming side, you wouldn't be able to tell if it's the low spin or not, which I quite like. Ping have made a good job there of kind of trying to keep the friendliness of the G30 range and the G range, but giving you a low spin option. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, well, I think that this one, compared to the other 4 that we've tried, it gives you that bigger profile, gives you that extra confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's why I think where this one wins.
Yeah, and it's a similar sort of recipe. Like every driver that we've tried here, they have another one in the range that's slightly more spin.
Yeah.
But the G30 is a beautiful club.
Absolutely.
If you spin it slightly too high, you can give this one a try.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. That's the guy. You're in marketing for Ping now. A little song there. What's interesting, I find, from the tour is, and I don't know what the actual tour numbers use are, but lots of the pictures I see come through from Twitter and Instagram, players in there follow through and Ping tweeting like TrackMan numbers and stuff for people who have been fitted. They're not using this. No. I'm seeing a lot of regular G30s out there rather than the LS Tech. So like you said there, I think it is, if you want this look, this brand, but you want that lower spinning option than the normal one, they brought it out. Here it is, here's that option. So numbers, Stephen, your numbers for it were good. You were averaging 290, pretty much the same as the Big Bertha. Your average spin 1.7, you got one at 1.2, and that is my worry with all these low spinning clubs, any one of them. When you mishit it in a way that takes spin off, so you can mishit a ball in a way to add spin.
Yep.
Lots of people do that as their stock shot, and then they think they need a low spin driver. Well, maybe they need to hit it in a different part of the face, which is why I always say get fit and things like that. But if you mishit it in a place which knocks spin off, which I do a lot, what I have found with my love and slight hate for low spin drivers over the time I've used them, so I've used lots of companies' ones, is it kills you. The ball just falls out of the air. 1-2 spin, is carrying only 285 on that second shot. It's dropping down much more. And I found that on the course.
It's a fine line, isn't it, between the one that drops out of the sky and the one that goes absolutely miles.
Absolutely.
And do you want to build your golf game around that sort of tolerance in it?
Absolutely.
It depends where you play it, depends what sort of golf game you've got.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, we do these tests. We hit 3, 2, 5 shots, whatever number of shots. We've hit a lot of shots with these clubs, and we know when we've hit the ball in an area that we think is kind of true for where would we try and hit it on the course. What I have found through lengthier testing with these ones, like I say there, is when I mishit it, I tend to mishit it in a place that takes spin off.
Yes.
And actually, I'm finding the low spin ones, when I'm not playing as well, are punishing me.
Not that you've ever missed it one.
No, sometimes. Just watch some of our vlogs at Tinmouth.
That one time.
Our bag's always 50 yards ahead of where I'm looking. You notice that. So my numbers with the Ping, I had to hit 3 shots with it, because on this occasion I mishit one and the spin went up. So I don't always miss it in the right place. I was getting kind of 2.5s and 2.5, 2.5 and a 3,000 on the miss hit. Average carrying 260, 257 average, which is pretty much where I hit any other club. When I was drawing the ball a bit more, which I've done for lots of the videos that lots of the people have watched, that one gets down into the 1,000s, 1.9s, those kind of things, which does produce my longest numbers. But again, it also produces my shortest, so you could average that out however you want. So I think averaging is quite interesting on these launch models, because you know those average speed checks when you're driving your car?
Yes, I love them.
Okay, well, let's pretend I drove at 99 miles an hour for all of it. And then for 1 mile, of a 10-mile one, say, and then for 1 mile I drove at 1 mile an hour, well, my average is 50, innit?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend
But do you see what I'm saying? Depending on how you... I know.
Another disclaimer, don't do that.
But what I'm saying is...
He doesn't know how to drive. Don't do that.
What I'm saying is, which I think is interesting, is how you as a fitter or you as a customer looking at numbers, how you work these averages out.
And it can be...
I've seen videos where people say, look at the average, They haven't hit one shot that is the average. Yeah.
And
so
it's like
that's not an average.
If you play a course that's got like dog legs or it's got fairway bunkers, you need to know with certainty, well, actually I can carry that or I can't. And when you get that massive spread, that's when you can have a few issues.
Absolutely. Good stuff. So LS Tech, great club from Ping. It looks friendly. It is friendly. It's one of the friendlier ones out of the low spin, but again, it's low spin. So when you miss it in that low spinning place, it will punish you. But if you want that low spinning driver, definitely one to go and try and get fit for, guys. Right, so next, low spinning driver, TaylorMade R15. This is the 430 option. The reason I've gone for the 430, the smaller option, is the 460 version of this. I don't get quite as low spinning numbers, which you would expect. For this one to perform the same as my old SLD, I actually go into the 430. We get changeable necks, changeable neck, we do get lots of changeability lie lofts. We get the changeable weights on the bottom, so we get the 2 sliding weights. You can move them outside and inside. They say you move them to the outside would do what for it, Stephen, do you know?
Gives it more stability, doesn't it?
Well, there is, but how much? If you want the club to be more stable, you'd put them back here.
Yeah.
Moving them to the outside when they're forward doesn't do next to nothing.
They don't go back there.
I know, well there you go. So maybe a bit of clever marketing from the marketing kings of TaylorMade. So R15 440 also comes in the white head, black face. Looks stunning, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a lovely looking club.
It is a looker. It's a looker. I like you. You look nice. It looks really good. I like white to black. I think it looks really good. It sits nice down by the ball. Sits nice and square. Yeah. And it's a lovely little shape.
Yeah, I actually prefer this one in the smaller shape. I think sometimes the bigger one can look a bit bubbly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and that's just my opinion, but I really like the look of this head.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's got plenty of changeability on there for anyone trying to dial it in. Again, I would want your fitters to do that. I find often that the amateurs that are moving it around weekly are ones who are looking for an answer that's not in here.
But it's interesting, like we've said about the miss hits and stuff and how it can be an issue with these low spinners. If you have a grouping that's quite similar, like so when you miss hit, you tend to hit heel or toe, whatever, you can move these around accordingly.
Yeah, to try and help bring shapes and bits in, absolutely.
Whether that's going to solve your issues, I don't know, but it's something that it offers.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great club to fit with because you like lots of them, but this one particularly because you can, in a session, maneuver people's numbers if you get the right person. Some people you can't move them at all, subject to release patterns. I've done videos and bits on that. But some people you can actually really see how the dialing in is helping them in that session. If it sustains is another question. So numbers, Stephen, for you. Sorry, they're my numbers. Let's bring yours up here. Where were you? 430. So you're averaging 2-4 spin with this one. Carrying 2-6. Oh, they are my numbers.
I hit it longer than
Bear with, I thought Steve had gone all wimpy for a sudden then. So
this driver doesn't work.
You're averaging 281, spinning at 2.6. Yeah. Now we've had Steve in other videos spinning this one down much lower. Again, all these tests I do are done on the day of filming. Capturing data over a period of time, in my opinion, is worthless. Shot shapes change, feels change, so much changes. You're comparing apples, and pears. It's not the same thing. If you're going to hit a ping this week and then next week you go and collect numbers with a TaylorMade, well, you could be feeling differently.
It would be unfair if you just pulled 4 different ones.
Because like 4 different days,
well, like
or weeks,
sometimes
or months.
I haven't seen you in the weekend and I swing it pretty good on it.
Yeah. So you're getting decent numbers out of that. You're a little higher spinning on this test, but we've seen you lower spinning in that. Still carrying it out there, not too bad. My numbers, I've hit this club enough and I've gamed it. Again, my spin numbers have gone up. I'm 2-4 spinning and carrying around 265, so my normal carry numbers. I know I can get this carrying up to 270, 280 if I hit a certain shot which produces less spin. So I try and attack it in a certain way. So you can see it's me that's manipulating the numbers more than these clubs are. They're going to move by kind of 400 revs is often the rule.
That's a good spin number, isn't it, for a fade?
Absolutely, and for where they were struck. I like that club. I could game it. Yeah. I have gamed it and I enjoy it. And I know it's quite interesting for me hitting the really low spin drawing shots that I used for a long time compared to the recently just trying a different shape. I'm not as turned on by low spin as much anymore because I'm seeing my numbers change so dramatically by the shape shot I'm trying to hit. So they were really maxing out for me when I was trying to hit high draws.
When you were trying to keep up?
Well, I still keep up. I will still keep up. Runny. Great looking club, loads of changeability. Definitely one to try for the low spinners, people who struggle with a bit of a higher spin. Again, it's that drop off you've got to watch for with any ones of these. Right guys, last one and not the favourite. They're all equal ones for you to try, but we've got the Mizuno JPX850. This is a slightly smaller head, 440. We've got lots of changeability on the bottom of the weights. Just on shot today, they're set into the most stable place, but for testing we had it in the low spin, which is the 2 outside weights. Okay. Quite interesting comparing that to what you said with the TaylorMade one. But at the back,
what they said.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you get the stunning blue, which everyone's talking about. Little running bird logo, black face. It's a looker, Stephen. We've said it before. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Well, I've said I did.
Changeable neck, very changeable neck.
At first, I wasn't too keen on the blue, but
it's grown on you, isn't it?
It's grown on it. Yes, it's and I like.
I sat you in a room with it for a couple of days, saying.
That's all I had to talk to.
You two sort your issues out.
we just
changeability on the neck. We've got 7.5 up to 11.5 with a couple of free upright settings as well. So they've really dialed in or gone for the changeability Mizuno on this one, which is quite rare for them. You're going to see that in tour players' bags. I think Chris Wood's bagging one. Luke Donald used one for a little bit, but he changed his drivers quite a bit. It's a good club. Numbers. Let's look at your numbers, Stephen. You were spinning this one at 1.5 and 2,000, so averaging 1.7. Yes, very low. Average carry 2.86, so not your longest in the test, but not the shortest. Longest hit was 2.91, only 9 yards away from the longest hit of the whole test. This one, which for most people, when they hit it, it's a surpriser.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Would you, when you look at it, just look at it there, would you know that's a small head?
No, I think, like I said... And
it's interesting the way it presents, isn't it?
It's clever the way that they've...
Because lots of people don't pick it up thinking it's smaller.
Yeah, but it's not just one blue. I mean, it fades off at the end.
Yeah, it's got some... it's got a vignette on it, I think they call it.
A vignette?
Yes, like you do on Instagram.
What's the vignette? Everybody's gone on Google now.
No, so I think it gets darker around the outside, so they've put a vignette on it.
Okay.
Huh? See, I went to art college.
You learn something every day.
I went to art college. There we go.
Did you design this?
No, but I would have designed it like that. It's very nice.
Vignette. The vignette.
Yeah, absolutely. So my numbers, I was averaging 2.5, which is where I averaged nearly all of them. Yeah. 2.54, so again, not my longest. It was my shortest in this test, but I had a 2.46, which was a bit of a mishit in there. 2.61, my longest here. Again, when I've tested this one in other videos, the numbers are good. In these videos, it's interesting when you look for numbers, people often look at numbers, they remember the numbers. You've got to get out there and test to your own numbers. I know what my numbers are, what I should expect. The biggest thing with numbers, I think, is lots of people don't know what to expect from their numbers. So they think they're a low spinner or a high spinner or a high launcher, low launcher, but then when you measure them, it's not actually all the way. Again, for me, when I've tested this over the year, I've had some great days with it on numbers and then some average days and what have you, like those ones there. But it's a good performing club when I'm performing.
No, definitely. And
like all of them are.
But I've had it in the past, you know, when you go on the internet or you go into the brochure and you work out the shaft, the head and everything, you go, this club will definitely work for me, and then you try it and you're
yeah. On that day or the way you're performing.
I'm slightly on. So you got to try all of these, haven't you?
Yeah, well, go and get fit.
Got to get fit.
Low spinning though, there are our top 4, 2015. They're the ones to try. If you had to pick one, so a winner for you, Stephen, I know which one you would pick. Which one would you pick?
Well, the Callaway one, it's the one I'm using at the minute.
Absolutely.
You know, I love it to bits. It looks after me. It tucks me in at night. That's the one for me.
So you're a double black diamond. If I had to pick one as a winner, I probably would pick the Ping LS Tech. Yeah. I like the combination of friendly looks with that lower spin. Yeah,
I think to a lot of people that will swing the vote.
And I think it will. I think as for me, that would be one I would pick. So there you go. There's our favourite picks, but that means nothing for you. Like I say, keep saying, you go and test them yourself. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps. Post comments down below as always. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Follow Stephen on Twitter. I don't know what your handle is. It's at Stephen Buzza Golf, isn't it?
Steve Buzza Golf.
He's also got a YouTube channel.
Buzza Golf.
Watch that as well. He's got plenty of good videos.
Man.
Home. Oh, he lives there. He's there. You can. It's like just live every night.
I'm just there with the Callaway driver.
And thank you for watching my channel and my videos as always. Post comments, as I said. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Find more videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Find me on Facebook, Mark Crossfield, also on Twitter at 4golfonline, and loads of fun pictures going up on Instagram at Crossfield Mark.